For my true crime independent reading book, I chose Mafia Summit, J. Edgar Hoover, The Kennedy Brothers, and the Meeting That Unmasked the Mob by Jill Reevil. Out of all the cars parked alongside McFall Road in the tiny New York hamlet of the Appalachian, the Chrysler Crown Imperial Limousine stood out. It is not just an automobile, but a statement of wealth and prestige, expressed in an ornate chrome grille and a set of sweeping tail fins. A fat, shiny, outlandish vehicle, a perfect signifier for 1950s America. Midday on a foggy, rainy Thursday, November 14, 1957. Through his field glasses from 50 yards away, Sergeant Edgar Croswell of the New York State Police surveilled not only the big Imperial, but also a dozen similar late-model lamp boats around it, as well as the hilltop estate where they were parked. Here are 5 of the characters, also known as the 5 leaders of the 5 families. There's Tommy Lucchese, head of the Lucchese crime family. He's an Italian-American gangster and a founding member of the Mafia in the United States, an offshoot of the Cosa Nostra in Sicily. Carlo Gambino, Mafia's most powerful and respected leader from the late 1950s. He died as the face of organized crime in New York City. Vito Genovese. Vito was ambitious, ruthless, and power-hungry. He is partially responsible for the downfall of organized crime in late 20th century. Joe Profaci, known as olive oil and tomato paste king of America, founder of what became the Colombo crime family of New York City, the last of the 5 families to be organized. And then lastly, we have Joseph Bonanno. He was a multi-millionaire by the time he acquired citizenship in 1945, and he is the head of the Bonanno family. Plot overview. The book focuses on the events leading up to and following the Mafia Summit, a meeting where the 5 families gathered in Appalachian, New York. The meeting discussed important matters that could affect organized crime, including business strategies, territorial disputes, and law enforcement cracking down on their activities. Throughout the book, alliances are tested and loyalty is shown. The reader is shown how this organized crime affects society politically and through business, taken through the dark world of the Mafia. The reader learns about the intense consequences of being a part of the criminal underworld. Book structure. The book is divided into parts that describe critical periods and crucial moments in the history of the Mafia. Divided, all parts detail the power struggles that caused problems for the families. It goes through what led up to the meeting itself, and then the events that follow the meeting. Historical context. The Mafia had a severe influence in America during the 1960s and 70s, mainly in cities like Chicago, Las Vegas, and New York. Mainly New York. The 5 families were on the rise while the FBI and other law enforcement began to crack down and target leaders. The racketeer-influenced and corrupt organization RICO Act of 1970 was a critical legal tool used against organized crime, allowing prosecutors to go after entire criminal enterprises rather than just individual members. Themes and impact. Power struggles within the crime families and alliances with rival factions. Loyalty is shown and proved throughout the whole book. Even through the meeting, and yeah. Secrets are exposed and ties between people are found. Lots of things are uncovered throughout this unexpected event. Personal connection. This book reminded me of The Sopranos and Goodfellas. The Sopranos just because it is a TV show full of mobsters and their lifestyle, and it reminded me of Goodfellas because from what I remember of Goodfellas, it started off with the 3 guys that rose to power, rose through the ranks, and eventually became high-ranking members of the Mafia. And then academic response. Jill Rivel uses a narrative style that blends historical facts about the mob with the storytelling. So throughout the story, I mean, it's the story's being told, but then you're also being provided with facts and evidence that is completely true. His descriptive details and imagery bring the book to life, and the reader can really feel the emotion from the book. Throughout the book, I was captivated by the suspense. He did an excellent job keeping me on my toes. Recommendations and final thoughts. Anyone who loves organized hidden crime would love this book, unmasking the underworld and the mafia and how it dramatically affects the area as it is in. It shows how much they secretly control through businesses, politically, through the amount of illegal products they traffic, and how much they, pay off political figures. I love the book because I love learning about the mafia and other organized crimes. I like the violence and intensity of the mob. They keep it traditional, and they definitely do not let anyone mess with them.